Time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news on 95.1 FM, weather always comes first. A powerful Pacific storm is going to impact the West Coast with heavy rain, life-threatening flood, wind, and higher elevation mountain snow. Heavy snow with gusty winds for North Dakota into western Minnesota, and that lasts until tomorrow. Locally heavy snow for the Allegheny Mountains of West Virginia and Pennsylvania, with lighter accumulations possible for surrounding portions of the Midwest into interior New York. Closer to home, dry and benign weather patterns continue this week under a zonal flow and the steady growth of a subtropical high along the east-central Pacific. We're going to remain dry through this week ahead with a slow and steady warming trend. Seasonal late November temperatures are going to remain in place through the rest of the week before we warm up this weekend, and that's when highs will be back into the 70s. We'll have another look at the weather following this news. Today at 3 p.m., Holloman's going to be conducting a flyover at Monte Vista Cemetery in order to honor Colonel Charles Hartman Jr., the former commander at the 635th Material Maintenance Group, and was essential in making Bear Base what it is today. He was an honorable man, and Holloman wants to make one last salute to him. The Otero County Sheriff's Office is warning the public of a phone scam in which the caller identifies himself as a deputy with the Otero County Sheriff's Department. The caller threatens to arrest the receiving party for an outstanding warrant and demands money to clear that warrant. The calls have originated from multiple phone numbers, and it's unclear how widespread these calls may be or whether there are additional versions and/or the use of fictitious names. The Otero County Sheriff's Office will never call you to solicit money. If you have any suspicions about a call, please contact the Otero County Sheriff's Department immediately, 575-437-2210. If you're an Alamogordo student in need of warm clothing, the Hope and Tiger Care Center is ready to help, 575-430-0191, or send an email, hope@alamogordoschools.org. The Otero County Fair Association is kicking off their annual blanket drive for the elderly in nursing homes. They need 350 blankets to give each resident a blanket. The Otero County Fair and Rodeo Queens will distribute blankets on Christmas Eve, and you can help by donating new blankets and drop them off at 401 Fairgrounds Road. Or if you want to donate money, the OFCU Main Branch and North Branch can help you with that. Don't forget this holiday season to support local and shop small businesses. Small Business Saturday is taking place on November 30th. The perfect time to start your shopping by supporting the small businesses that make our downtown special. Toys for Tots is actively collecting toys for kids. You can help donate new toys to give children a better Christmas season. The drop-off locations are at Tularosa Basin Regional Dispatch, the Otero County Sheriff's Department, the Alamogordo Police Department, the Otero County EOC, and the Otero County Administration Building. On Friday, December 6th, from 5 until 9, is the annual Fiesta of Lights Christmas at Washington Park. Cookies, hot cocoa, s'mores, kids' crafts, food trucks, and a whole lot more. The Christmas tree lighting takes place at 6:30. The Alamo Senior Center presents the Holiday Craft Fair. That's happening on December 12th from 9 until 1. Art, crafts, jewelry, and a whole lot more. If you have any questions, 575-439-4150. Well, last night, the Alamogordo City Commission had a regular meeting. They talked about the Fun Center, including potential action items. Basically, nothing was settled.
And then at the same time, I'll look at the reports better. I'll try and get a hold of Deming again, and then we'll move forward from that point. And so hopefully in the next 45 days, we'll have something out there.
The discussion of the natatorium continued. This was more or less agreeing how much money is needed, and next time a vote on how the money is going to be obtained.
We want a $14 million sprung structure. Then that gives them their guidance to go finalize their design. It gives me the ability to go back to John and Chris and say, okay, we're looking for 10, run the new numbers.
Okay. So what is the reality? 14 million, is that realistic then?
Yeah, yes. We can make it be realistic.
And the extra, the 2 is contingency.
Because you need a number tonight, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So we can get started.
And then at the next time we bring this up, then we can talk about the loan and how we're going to...
You can see the meeting in full on the city Facebook page. The Village of Tularosa is having a regular meeting tonight at 6. The agenda has been posted and available for public viewing on villageoftularosa.com. The big item here, the mayor, Debbie Cooksey, is going to give the residents an update on the village's water situation regarding the Tularosa Community Ditch Corporation. This is a discussion only, and likely simply what was planned for last week. The Tularosa Christmas Festival takes place December 7th. The Christmas Bazaar is from 9 until 5. The Light Parade from 6 until 7:30. The Street Dance from 8 until 10. All these events are free. We spoke with Chris Rupp.
It's about bringing the communities together this time of year. That's really what it's ultimately about. And we have decided to waive the parade fee for this year. The reason being is we understand that the economy is not the greatest, and at that time of the year, the funds are low. And so the whole point of this is to bring people together. So we are just completely waiving the fee for the parade.
Proceeds are going to benefit the Tularosa Kiwanis Club. If you have any questions, 575-430-1002. The 4th annual Santa in the Basin is happening on Saturday, December 14th, from 1 until 3 at the Tularosa Community Church. That's 101 Central.
Santa in the Basin is a partnership of Santa on the West End, and we are an organization that helps give Christmas to less fortunate kids and their families. We are dedicated to helping children in need at Christmas time. So what we do is we put on this event down in New Mexico in Tularosa. We decorate like a gingerbread house. Everything is all decorated nice and neat. They get to see Santa and Mrs. Claus. They get a gift, a filled stocking. We have cookie decorating. We have go fishing. We have entertainment. We have music. We have hot dogs and popcorn and hot chocolate.
To make a donation, please visit SantaOnTheWestEnd.com. If you have any questions, call Mary Barunda, 520-508-2196, or email santainthebasin@gmail.com. Well, today is Wednesday, and there is a meeting tonight at Runner's Refuge to help the homeless. We go now to Greg Gutierrez.
Imagine a community where no one is left behind. Together we can make that vision a reality. Join us for the Hands and Hearts United community meeting as we come together to discuss solutions for addressing homelessness in Alamogordo. This isn't just a conversation, it's a call to action. Hear from Runners Refuge, local advocates, and community members as we explore how we can make a difference. Your ideas, your compassion, and your hands and your hearts are needed. Join us tonight at 5:30 in the evening, and we'll be at Runners Refuge. Together we can turn understanding into action. Let's create a brighter future for everyone in Alamogordo. Again, it's going to be tonight at 5:30 p.m.
News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Local news from local perspectives, from local voices. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Local sports, local events, and local happenings and more. Nonprofit owned and operated by Second Life Media. We are Otero County. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Heard daily on Crazy KALH Radio 95.1.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a full book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
Some people won't give you the real talk on drugs, but it's time we know the facts. Fentanyl is killing people. It's a powerful opioid, often made illegally and commonly mixed with illicit drugs. It can even be pressed into counterfeit pills that resemble prescription medications. Just 2 milligrams, about the size of a few grains of sand, could potentially be lethal. This isn't an ad to scare you, but it is an ad to make you think twice. Get the facts. Go to realdealonfentanyl.com. This message is brought to you by the Ad Council.
U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers in El Paso seized just under a half pound of fentanyl over the weekend and arrested 2 people in what they called a failed smuggling attempt using body cavities. Ew! A 33-year-old man and a 47-year-old woman, both U.S. citizens, traveling together, entered the country through the pedestrian lanes. Border Patrol agents working at the primary inspection area selected the pair for an additional scrutiny. A drug-sniffing dog alerted the presence of narcotics. Both travelers were arrested and turned over to the custody of Homeland Security investigations. Federal prosecution was accepted on the pair. Metropolitan Detention Center inmate 30-year-old Dina Harry passed away around 9:10 p.m. on Monday after being booked into the MDC a mere 18 hours prior. Jail staff and the hospital medical team at the University of New Mexico responded to this medical emergency. The Bernalillo County Sheriff's Department responded and is currently investigating this death. A San Antonio mother accused of kidnapping her 5 kids in a custody dispute was caught in New Mexico. Quanice Tippett and her boyfriend were found at a highway rest stop in Lordsburg. New Mexico police say they made the bust thanks to an automatic license plate recognition system. An arrest report says they were cuffed without incident and the kids were returned to Texas. The New Mexico Academy for the Media Arts in Albuquerque was placed on lockdown due to the damage at the school following a break-in yesterday afternoon. 29-year-old Tony Begay gained entry into the school after busting out the window. Video surveillance of that break-in was handed over to police. Begay was arrested and booked for breaking and entering, criminal damage to property, as well as resisting, evading, and obstructing an officer. An audit has uncovered several cases of improper and wasteful spending at Western New Mexico University. The New Mexico Office of the State Auditor said the university violated its policy when it spent $214,000 on excessive or extravagant travel and lodging, which occurred from July 2018 through June of 2023. Auditors also found 91 instances of non-compliant procurement and credit card spending, which totaled $149,000. That included spending on high-end furnishings for the president's residence. The office also said expense accounts and purchasing cards went to non-university employees. In 2023, HB 7 was signed into law, which requires that school districts must not interfere in any way with children accessing transgender and abortion procedures. As reported upon in the New Mexico Sun, there is no requirement for parental notification and no age restrictions for children to access these procedures. As a matter of fact, schools can be fined $5,000 per instance if teachers or nurses interfere. This includes talking to the children's parents about transgender procedures. Now, to be clear, gender-affirming care includes access to cross-sex hormones, puberty blockers, and surgeries. And the fact this can happen to a minor without parental knowledge of consent, along with punishment for those who care enough to alert parents, is obscene to say the least. As it stands right now, if a kid needs a Tylenol, the school nurse has to call the parents. But if Junior wants to have his...
The Ding Dong! The Schwartz!
What about the Twinkie?
Johnson. Please, can we call it a tallywhacker?
Removed, nobody interfere or face the wrath of the state. New Mexico State University Astronomy Department head Dr. Jason Jakovich appeared on KRWG to discuss the Parker Solar Probe.
It's the first mission that's gotten really, really close to the sun. So the spacecraft gets into the solar atmosphere and makes direct measurements, you know. So you can see something from far away and try to understand it, or you can go right up to it in a few cases, in this case the sun, and measure.
Jakovich also discussed the solar cycle, as well as his work at the observatories in southern New Mexico. Sports and weather are coming up next. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in New Mexico is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, that just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the New Mexico Activities Association and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
Nothing happening until Friday. We're going to have some football and basketball at that time. We'll talk more about that on Thursday. Your Crazy Radio spot-on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for sunny skies, mostly clear tonight, sunny tomorrow. Your high today in the basin, 59, low tonight of 38, high tomorrow, 65 degrees. In Cloudcroft, sunny skies today, mostly clear tonight, sunny tomorrow. Your high today for Cloudcroft, 43. Wind chill's going to make it feel like it's 17. Low tonight of 28. Wind chill's going to make it feel like it's 25. High tomorrow of 53 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.org, and learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting kalhradio.org. Also, check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel. That's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. Well, that concludes today's edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.